So, um, there's two people who wrote us. I don't know if I'll get through both, but one, if not one this time and one on Wednesday. So one person wrote, and she was quite upset because her close friends were spreading conspiracy theories about the coronavirus. You know, they were going along with these different theories and conspiracies and so on and so on. And she was very disturbed by this. And plus, her husband is a physician, and so she has, you know, the medical perspective. And yet, what does she do when her friends are doing this? Because they're quite obstinate in holding those views. So it's a good question, and other people may also have that problem. Okay, so I think first of all, to understand why people are attracted to these kind of conspiracy theories in times of social stress. Yeah, and one is that um, it gives a very clear object of somebody to blame. Okay, because in times of social stress, there's so much insecurity. And who do you turn to and who do you trust? And if you can find one person or organization or something and you say, this is responsible, and they're doing all these sneaky things that we don't really know about, it gives you room to project all of your fears, which become the sneaky things that the other people are doing. And it gives you a clear object to kind of blame and hold responsible. So what it's doing for in times of social stress, because people feel, you know, not balanced, is it gives you something clear to feel secure about. Okay? So we all seek security in different ways. Yeah, the Buddha tells us to seek security by giving up grasping on security. Yeah, if you give up grasping to security and controlling things, then your mind is going to feel much more secure. Okay, because you realize that things are changing all the time, and you realize that things come about to such so many causes and conditions that are very complex and interwoven. Yeah, and you also can understand what you can control and what you can't. Yeah, so um, yeah, so there's many ways to seek security, and Buddha prescribes one way, and people who like conspiracy theories follow another way. Okay. Also, conspiracy theories gives you a sense of knowing what's happening, that you have the inside knowledge that nobody else has. Yeah, that the rest of society is blind to these evil people who are doing whatever it is. So you have the inside knowledge. So again, that gives a feeling of security and a feeling of power, you know. Of course, it's difficult to verify all that inside knowledge, but you're not looking to verify it. Okay. Um, and it also gives one simple answer to a very complex situation, because any situation is very complex, you know, and especially this one, which is international in scope, where it's new and nobody's, you know, we don't have a playbook to follow on. People are inventing as they go because they don't know. It gives you, you know, a simple answer. So it can be very attractive to people. Okay. Now, so as a person who has friends like this, yeah, first of all, you're going to feel disappointed. yeah, in your friends. This person expressed that and said, these people are smart people, or at least I thought they were. So you feel disappointment, you feel anger. Yeah, you want to shake them and say, don't believe that, believe this. Yeah, but when you try and do that, it so often turns into an argument because people are holding their opinions very strongly because it gives them this feeling of security and of knowledge and so on. Okay. So I think in that situation, deal with your own emotions and realize there's nothing to get angry at. This is, a common human strategy that people are using and have throughout the ages. Yeah. And uh, yeah, we invent stories to account for what happens to us when we don't really know all the causes and conditions. So, you know, try and, no need to be angry, no need to be disappointed. Again, have some understanding for these people. Uh, and, continue to give information as you've heard it or refer them to articles, but give that stuff as an offering. Don't push it on them, because the more you push, the more they're going to push back or run away. Okay. And you don't really want it to destroy the friendship. Okay. Um, and what does become difficult is then if these people behave carelessly and recklessly, not only endangering themselves of contracting the virus because they think that, it's just a big hoax, or it's a Democratic plot, or it's, the man in the moon sent it and we're going to be invaded by Martians soon. Whatever it is, okay, um, that may cause people to just ignore the warnings of the government to shelter in place. And then they want to go out and be in with lots of people. And, you know, that can be very disturbing because, well, you care about your friends. You don't want them to con- uh, contract the virus. So on one hand, you care about them. You also know you can't control them, and it's a free country, and people are going to do what they want. But the disturbing thing, at least for me, is that their behavior will have adverse effects on many other innocent people who are not choosing to put themselves in that danger. If you put yourself in that danger, it's one thing, but to put other people in that danger, um, that is very distressing. But again, what are you going to do? Are you going to take your friends and chain them to the refrigerator or something so they can't go outside? You know, all you can do in that situation is be an exemplar yourself of keeping social distancing, sheltering in place. Don't invite these people over to your place. Don't meet them somewhere else or go over to their place. You know, put the restrictions that that are for the protection of all society, put them in practice yourself. And hopefully, these people who are your friends will see that and it may get them thinking. Yeah. Also, what I think will eventually get them thinking is when their friends fall sick. Yeah. When your friends and people fall ill or you fall ill, then it's like, well, maybe those weren't, maybe my theories weren't correct. Maybe something else was going on. So it's really, it's distressing and it's hard to wait for that. You don't wish anybody to get sick. But again, I mean, what we're coming up against here is This is the nature of samsara, and we cannot control anybody or anything. Yeah. So that doesn't mean that we just throw up our hands and go, oh, well, que sera, and, we're all dying, that's okay. No, but the thing is, okay, you can't control that thing, but where can you put your energy so that it will be used in an effective way? Okay? So like I said, you be an exemplar of how you think citizens should behave. Make masks, volunteer at your food bank. Do something where you can put your energy into this crisis so that it will be effective. Yeah, we have one person who wrote us, and she was telling us how she called her aunt who was in a nursing home and how delighted her aunt was. And after that, she called the nursing home and she said, I would like to volunteer to talk to any of your elder people in the nursing home who don't have anybody calling them and would like, somebody who cares. So, that you can do from the safety of your own home. You call, you talk to an older person, or, you call and you talk to somebody who has disabilities, who can't go out, who's in a very difficult situation because of this. So there's different ways we can reach out and help. So rather than just dwell in disappointment and anger and frustration, put your energy in a way so that you can make good use of it and really affect things in a positive way. Yeah, because in looking at so many times when we get frustrated, and I know for myself, when I'm frustrated, it's like, I want to push and push and push. I want to get my way, and I want to get through to these people. And then it's like, I'm wasting my energy. Yeah. And if you really want to help the people who are receptive. So it makes you think about the bodhisattvas, Yes, there's bodhisattvas who go to hell, and they're there to help the hell beings. But they're only there when some hell being is receptive to it. They don't just stay and hang out in hell when nobody is receptive to what they're trying to do. They go to other realms instead, where sentient beings can listen and adjust and take their advice and their Dharma instructions. Okay, so they're not abandoning the people in hell. They want to help them, but they only manifest there when they see it can be productive. The rest of the time, they go where they know that their efforts are welcome and they can influence people in a good way. Okay, so let's not stay stuck in anger and frustration. You're really useless. And instead, spread our compassion and spread our goodwill towards others. Because if we keep a happy face during all this, that influences others in a very good way. As we've really seen with the number of people who are writing us after we do the sharing the Dharma days and the group discussions and all. I mean, people are so appreciative, and we can see that those efforts are having a very good effect on the people who choose to watch, And so, yeah, it's effective.